Hello guys, this is Massifus. In today's video I'm going to show you how to set up Voicemeeter Banana for Streamlabs OBS, Discord and PUBG, how to set a compression setting for PUBG so you can listen to footsteps better. Let's get started. What you want to do first is go to vbaudio.com, you go on virtual audio cable and you download and install the VB cable driver. Then you can also click on Banana, which we have here. This is Voicemeeter Banana, this is the software we're going to use. You download Voicemeeter 2.0.47. Download the zip package or the exe file, doesn't really matter. Download and install those two. Restart your computer and we'll come back to this. Okay, so now you have installed the VB audio cable driver and also Voicemeeter Banana. What you want to do now is right click this, go to Sounds, you get this little pop-up here. Go to playback devices and you notice that you have three more playback devices. You have cable input, Voicemeeter auxiliary input and Voicemeeter input. What you want to do is click on the Voicemeeter input and set default. The same goes for recording. You have three more default recordings. You have cable output, Voicemeeter auxiliary output and Voicemeeter output. What you want to do is click on Voicemeeter auxiliary output and press default. Then click OK. Now what you want to do is click on the Windows button, go to Settings, System, Sound, and you check that your output device is at the Voicemeeter input and your input device is Voicemeeter auxiliary output. You can minimize this because you need this when you set up PUBG afterwards. Now we need to start Voicemeeter Banana. You could go like this, Voicemeeter Banana. It might actually pop up here, just double click this and you get into this. Now this looks really complicated, I know. The first thing you open is, go to menu, go system tray, run at startup. So you're sure that this Voicemeeter Banana is started when you start your computer. You can also press hook volume keys for level output A1 if you have volume controls on your keyboard. I have this, so I just hooked this on. I know that there are more in-depth tutorial on Voicemeeter Banana. I'm just gonna scratch the surface here so you can just get a quick overview of how I have set this up. If you want to know more about Voicemeeter Banana, I'll link some great tutorials that I've used to understand this really complicated software. Yeah, link in the description. I'll explain why I did this for level output A1. A1 is essentially your hardware outputs. So before you install Voicemeeter Banana, you also had a default playback device, which probably was your headset. A1 is your hardware output. So if you go on this, you can see I have WDM cable input, VB audio virtual cable. I also have headphones. I have Rogue PG248Q, that's my screen. You don't want to use that. You also have some digital audio. WDM stands for a driver. You also have the same for MME. This is also just a different driver. If you have the option, go for WDM. If not, go for MME. This is your default playback device. If you have some speakers, you can also put this on here. If you have a third option to play audio, you can click this here. I only use my headphones, so I'm just going to use A1. These are the virtual inputs. This is what you set to your default playback device, and this is B2, which is what you set for the default recording device. B1 and B2, okay? Remember this. A1 up here, this is what you're listening to, probably your headphones. This is B1, this is B2. Now what you essentially do is to say B1, send this to A1. So everything that is default uses the default playback device, which is this, will be sent to my headphones through A1. Now let me show you how I set up my microphone. You need to select the corresponding driver here, as in A1. In A1 I have the MME headphones, so in microphone I also going to use the MME microphone. Here you can adjust the volume controls, and I also have a gateway and a compression. This is just my settings, you can choose whatever you want to. The most important thing you need to notice here is B1 and B2. Now B1 is this one and B2 is this one. So what I'm doing here is I'm saying all the sound that are coming through my microphone, I'm sending through a compression and a gateway, and also routing this sound through B1, which is this, and is essentially played out on my default playback device. And I'm also sending the microphone to B2, which is my default recording device. Also, if you right click here, you can just write whatever you want. I'm just writing microphone here, Discord here, and game here, just so I know what I'm doing. This is where Discord is going to be picked up. I'm going to show you the settings in the Discord, how you set it up. What I'm doing with Discord here is I'm saying I want Discord to be playbacked to my headphones. So A1, which is up here, okay? But I'm also saying I want to route Discord through B2, which is my default recording device. So everything that is said on Discord between me and my friends is also coming out on stream. If I don't want my friends to coming out on stream, I uncheck this. So everything that my friends are telling me on Discord is not being set out on stream, but it is being sent out to A1, which is my headphones, so only I can hear it. Now here comes the tricky part. This is where every tutorial I've seen just stops. You want to set up Voicemeeter Banana with PUBG, so you can listen to footsteps. So your footsteps are becoming a bit louder, so you can pinpoint your enemy easier. This is done through this. Here I can set a compression setting. The compression it lowers the high volume levels and it raises the low volume levels. So when you hear footsteps, they're pretty silent. So if you set a compression for 1, the footsteps will be a bit louder and the gunshots will be a bit more silent. And we're sending this through A1. Now here comes the tricky part. Now you can open up the settings again. And you go on App, Volume and Device Preferences. You need to start PUBG before you do this. You go here and you go, oh, here's PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. And you go on Output and you set the default output device to cable input. Okay? This is the corresponding cable output. So what you're doing is you're telling PUBG that your default output device is a cable input, this one. So now you're routing just PUBG sound through this with the compression setting going through A1 through your headphones. Now let me show you how I set it up in Discord. Go to your user settings, voice and video, your input device, you can just check the normal microphone, and you go output device, Voicemeeter input. Remember, Voicemeeter input is this one. So this one will be sent through A1. Streamlabs OBS, you go on settings, audio, you go desktop audio device to the default, because your default device is the virtual input, okay? Your mic and auxiliary device 1, you put the Voicemeeter auxiliary output. Voicemeeter auxiliary output is this one, which this one also sends its audio to here. Put the rest on disable and you're done. Thank you all for watching. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing. I will be posting more videos, maybe tips and tricks, some goofing around in Sea of Thieves, PUBG, Apex Legends, who knows, whatever. Hit me up on Twitch. I stream every Wednesday night at 8 PM. I also have a Discord server if you need a place to hang out or find friends to play with. I'm always active and yeah, hit me up. If you want to collab, whatever, you know, link in description. See you soon. Massifus out.